Welcome back to the Sunday Special, and today we're reading "No Longer Human" by that guy that wrote it, Osamu Dazai, and illustrated by Junji Ito. And today's episode is Cold Sweat, and apparently the headline says. Assemblyman Oba's brother attempts a lover's suicide. And there's a note to me that says see page 614 for full translation. That doesn't feel like that's part of the newspaper. I really feel like maybe the newspaper's not 614 pages long. But what do I know? All right, let's go. Go. Let's all bury her. But the poor thing. Broken man. Pitiful woman. In the end, she died alone. To have women falling in love with you. How does it feel? Oh, to have women falling in love with you. How does it feel? Just my imagination? Forgive me, Tsuneko. Forgive me for not being able to die with you. You did it. On purpose. What? On purpose. On purpose. On purpose. I will die after all, and then I'll come to you, Tsuneko. I won't allow it. You will be my slave for the rest of your life. You're not getting away. Please have mercy. Please let me die. If you wanted to die so badly, how about you do it with these? Go ahead. Kill yourself. Thrust that into your ear. Wham! Ah! A dream? Where am I? Oh, yes. I was moved to a holding cell in the police station after the hospital. Ow. This was blood from the pimple that had appeared under my ear a few days earlier. Perhaps I picked at it in my sleep. There was no doubt that this pain made me have a strange dream. Yozo Oba, questioning. There's a handsome lad for you. It wasn't your fault, I can see. Your mother's to blame for having brought such a handsome boy into this world. You miss her, don't you? Yes. That's human nature, I guess. when it was you first took up with this. When was it you first took up with this woman? Oh, I took up with her the first night we met. Oh, but she was a married woman. How did that work then? Yes, she was a married woman, so it was a deep and rich experience. I see. She was tired of life, and I too was tired. We were the same. Her body also showed an extraordinary intimacy. The palms of my hands brought her breasts to me. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And then we embraced so fiercely we finally melted and became one. And then no need to rush. Take your time and tell your story. Say, you mustn't neglect your health that way. You've been coughing blood, haven't you? What? Oh, yes. I've got a pretty good idea now. We always take it into consideration when a prisoner answers everything honestly. You can go back to your room. Uh, Thank you very much. I hope that you. I hope you will do what you can to help me. Say, that cough, was that real? The young officer smiled quietly. Even now, reconciliation makes me feel so. Even now, the recollection makes me feel so embarrassed I can't stand it. It was worse. It was worse, I am sure, even than when in school I plummeted into hell by that stupid Takeichi, tapping me on the back and saying you did it on purpose. The charge against me was suspended, but I was expelled from college. An antique dealer named Shibuta reluctantly agreed to be my guarantor. I assume that's for the money. He was a man of 40, a bachelor and henchman of my father's, who was a frequent visitor to his house in Tokyo. His face, particularly around the eyes, looked so much like a flatfish that my father always called him by that name. I had also always thought of him as a flat fish. Understand you're not to go out. Please do not go out. Yes, of course. Flap. Flatfish feared me committing suicide, and he sternly forbade me to leave the house. But I spent my days from the moment I got up until when I went to bed, trapped in my cubicle of a room. I had quite lost the energy to think of suicide. Food. Must be nice not to have to do anything. Oh, I'm sorry for the trouble. Those who don't work shouldn't not get to eat. Whap! Gossip had it that the boy on duty who brought me my meals was an illegitimate son of Flatfish. Oh, wait. Sorry, started the wrong side. But if this were the case, his father and son led a remarkably cheerless existence. Sometimes, late at night, they would order noodles from a neighborhood shop, just the two of them, without inviting me, and they ate in silence, not exchanging a word, so much as a word. Gossip had it that the boy on duty who brought me my meals was an illegitimate son of Flatfish. Hey, don't go growing up into someone like that. One evening, Flatfish invited me downstairs for a rare dinner there. Oh, this is wonderful tuna. Oh, what do you plan to do in the future? I mean, with the suspended sentence, your rehabilitation depends. Oh, wait. Who the hell's talking? Oh, I see. I just missed the little curly thing. With the suspended sentence, your rehabilitation depends entirely on yourself. If you mend your ways and bring me your problems seriously, I will certainly see what I can do to help you. If you do not feel like confiding your problems to me, I am afraid there is nothing I can do for you. What kind of problems? Isn't there something weighing on your heart? For example, what do you yourself want to do now? Do you think I ought to get a job? No, don't ask me. Tell me what you'd like. But even supposing I said I wanted to go back to school. Yes, I know it costs money, but the question is what you feel. God damn it. Did I read that backwards again? Well, it worked. But thanks to his intolerably... Oh, no, I did read it right. I'm getting confused. In later years, I came to realize that if I had started school, my family would have sent me a more adequate allowance. But thanks to his intolerably prudent circumlocucious... Oh, damn it. Sorry, guys. Circumlocucious manner of speech, I only felt irritable, and this caused the whole course of my life to be altered. How about it? Have you any aspirations for the future? I'm responsible for you now, and I don't like you to have such half-hearted feelings. If you were to come to me to discuss seriously your plans for the future, I would certainly do what I could. If you won't let me stay here in your house, I'll work. Are you serious? Do you realize that nowadays even graduates of Tokyo Imperial University? No, I wasn't thinking of getting a job with the company. What then? I want to be a painter. What? A painter? A painter then. You will be a great painter. Takeichi had said that to me. It had been his prediction. And then he had been right in his prediction that women would fall for me, hadn't he? There's no point in discussing such a thing. Your feelings are still all up in the air. To think it over. Please devote this evening to thinking it over seriously. The next morning at dawn, I ran away from Flatfish's house. I did not run away because I was mortified. I felt rather sorry for Flatfish that I should be a burden on him and found that situation intolerable. I left behind a note. I shall return tonight. I shall return tonight without fail. I am going to discuss my plans for the future with a friend who lives at the address below. Please don't worry about me. I'm telling the truth. Masako Haruki 3 Chom Sakura Kotoku. However, I had no intention of consulting the likes of Haruki about my future plans. I simply hoped to pacify Flatfish, if only for a split second. I walked as far as Shinjuku. Then I stood there uncertainly, utterly at a loss what to do. I had no close friends, and besides, I lacked even the ability to pay visits. The front door of another person's house was more fearful to me than the gates of hell. Haruki was a real case of a true word having been said in jest. Hey, it's been a while. Never dreamed you'd show up at my door. What do you want? Oh, want. Well, I've got business today. I'm awfully busy these days. Business? What kind of business? Well, fine. I can give you a minute, I suppose. Come in. In here. Naoko? And that's where we end today's episode. So I suppose we will see you next time and find out about Toad. Until then, thanks for watching.